Welcome back, you frickin' turds, to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. Star Wars Resistance. This is our review of episode 17, The Core Problem. And holy shit.
Is a problem.
Are they back?
They're back, man. This is my second favorite episode so far.
Yeah, this was fucking killer. It delivered on everything that they're supposed to do. Just all space shit. Like anytime there's ships, I'm on board.
It really is. It does strike like this real resonant chord with me. You see the TIE fighters zooming by, and that's great. But as soon as you see Poe Dameron and Kazuda, whatever the hell his name is, Kimono or whatever, get in a goddamn ship, you're just like, oh, it's on. It's on. They're traveling. I would watch an entire TV series of just them going from star system to star system, investigating and just having, quirky adventures, like Briscoe County Jr. in space or something.
I could dig it.
I would totally be down for that. Oh my gosh. All right, so quickly, this entire show is about Kaz passing on the knowledge that he has received so far from his pathetic attempts at spying on the First Order, as they have had complete control of the Colossus. And ultimately, them getting coordinates to go discover, which leads to what I didn't realize, they were so close to The Force Awakens. Like, I had no idea they were so close to The Force Awakens at this. Even with that mid-season trailer, I still thought it was, I don't know, like
you figure that's going to be the end of the season.
Yeah.
And no, we're not at the end of the season yet. We still, by all accounts, have probably like 4 or 5 more episodes left.
I don't know, man.
That was the thing that blew my mind. Was like, holy shit, that's the fucking mission right there.
So he's like, hey, I got to get BB-8 back because I got to go be on Jakku per General Organa's orders. And I'm like, wait, what time is it? Like, what?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, I didn't realize it was, happy hour already. So they had to hurry up and rush out to this rendezvous point of intel that up until now, we had not known that Kaz had. They just knew that he had information about rally points and sort of general fleet numbers, but it wasn't like there was a singular point in space that was of curiosity.
Yeah, see, that was okay. If there was only one gripe I'd have about this episode, it was that, because I thought I missed something with the last episode.
Right.
So it's good to know that it wasn't just me. Like, that wasn't explained when he got those plans and shit.
No, apparently this past week he's been studying those plans and he realized that this was one area that was
all
worth
while
checking
trying
out.
to build a radio.
Failing. A la E.T. circa 1986.
Hell yeah.
E.T. did it. Why couldn't he?
Because E.T.'s a better alien than him.
The worst fucking soldier I've ever seen in my life. Can't even hold a blaster.
Yeah.
It's just the worst. But despite Kaz, Poe pulled it through. And I swear, every time Poe is on an episode, I kind of dig it. Like,
oh, yeah.
I didn't even realize I liked the character that much until you put him up against Kaz, and you're like, no, he's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely leaves a sour taste in your mouth after The Last Jedi, but this makes up for it.
So they go investigate this star system. The sun doesn't exist anymore, which, of course, if you've ever seen The Force Awakens, spoiler alert if you haven't, you shouldn't be listening to this fucking podcast, is what the First Order's Starkiller base uses as an energy source. Mm-hmm. It drains the energy from the sun and then uses it as a projectile weapon. Yeah. And it was kind of interesting in this because it showed the different phases of creation of Starkiller base. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of thought was kind of cool. Seeing the previous failed attempts, and then you got this notion of, oh, they succeeded. There's a star missing, and they generated power and blew up different planets or moons or something.
Well, that was honestly, that was my favorite part of the episode, was actually seeing the aftermath of what that weapon entails. Like, I mean, yeah, you see it in The Force Awakens. The system goes boop and it's gone. But you don't see what happens to the system that loses their fucking sun. So that was pretty cool.
And there is a bit of a discrepancy, if I'm interpreting events correctly in this cartoon series, between what the novel explained as the power source for Starkiller Base versus what the movie and now the cartoon are explaining as the power source. Because ultimately what happened is it took power from a star and then it created stars. Once it destroyed a planet, it created this weird plasma dark energy fusion, and it created a new sun out of, the existing planet by injecting so much energy into it, transferring it from point A to point B. Whereas in the movies, it just destroyed Hosnian Prime's system, like 5 different star systems, instead of creating a whole new star system. And in this, it really does look like, and I don't know, you tell me, is this remnants of them trying to create Starkiller Base, or remnants of trying to create Starkiller Base and remnants of using the Starkiller Base?
See, that's kind of what I took from it, was also using it. Because I mean, the star is missing. Their sun's completely gone, and you see various forms of destruction on the surrounding planets. So that's just kind of what I took it as. Like the one that's cored out, you figured that would be the one where they first started building it and trying to test the core and like the, how to contain that power.
Yeah.
And then the other one, it looked like they just straight up blasted the fuck out of it.
So are they just giving up on the novel explanation entirely?
Maybe. I don't know, because like can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh
man, what's going on?
God, it's my interwebs. I forgot to plug my computer in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't remember that part of the novelization where once it exuded the energy, wherever that ended, it created a star, like a new star. But it's also, admittedly, it's been a while since I've read any of those books.
Right. I just remember reading the book and then watching the movie and going like, oh, wait a second, that's not how they explained it. And there was a lot of inconsistencies in the book via the movie.
Yeah.
Not just that one. And so I just chalked it up to, oh, well, they're describing it differently for an audience, so they don't have to go through a whole monologue of explaining how it works. And then this came along and I was like, oh, wait a second. I either interpreted it incorrectly from the novelization, or they're just totally forsaking the novelization for the film because they figured more people saw that than read. And so they're just going to go with that explanation since there is a discrepancy.
Yeah,
Either way,
and I could totally see that anyways.
Yeah.
Like they've always done that. Even back when Uncle George had it, he would do stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And either way, ultimately, they learn of one of the planets, a moon, as they described it, had some sort of civilization on it that was wiped out by the First Order. There was a residual probe droid that reached out to some TIE fighters, and they had a bit of a X-Wing versus TIE fighter skirmish, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was a lot of fun. I wish there was a little more engagement, like dogfighting, but...
Yeah, I really expected... what's the name, Commander Pyre, to pop out and follow them a bit, but yeah, that was a little uneventful. But
and knowing that Poe's next mission is literally going to be the beginning of The Force Awakens,
yeah, that's crazy.
Makes me wonder, well, where's Commander Pyre going?
Yeah,
where's this whole contingency of red ties going? Like, where how are they going to explain all of that part of it when you're like literally head to tail for the next film? Like, I'm assuming we're talking days. The way he described it, it just made me think it was like, oh shit, dude, it's 7 o'clock. I gotta get out of here. I got a date.
Yeah,
it was just weird. He's like, I don't have time. We gotta hurry. And so that the urgency is what I think I'm getting at. That really sort of put me on edge. Like, oh shit, that means everything is happening like right now. Like we're talking in the next 12 hours, shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think the time frame is from this episode? Because ultimately we saw the tail end of the Jakku encounter. Like, you know, presumably Poe went there, met with Lor Santeca, had to do a little bit of, you know, political two-step in order to get that map to Skywalker. And so how long did that take? Who knows?
Yeah.
And then ultimately, how long did it take from him getting to Jakku to trying to find Lor Santeca in the settlement of sort of the good guys to discover that he did actually know where Luke Skywalker was, to then him convincing to hand over that information for his sister, which is a weird request anyway.
Yeah.
And especially when Lor Santeca always thought of him, oh, she's princess to me. Okay, well, fucking give it up then. What are you fucking waiting for us? Like, transfer the data to the fucking, I don't know. The whole thing is weird. So how much time do you think passed between this episode to beginning of Force Awakens?
Oh, shit. See, that's a tough one. Because, I mean, we know there's a wardrobe change.
Right.
So you never know how long that's going to take.
At least 3 minutes?
At the very least. I don't know, man. Those jumpsuits are a motherfucker to get out of sometimes. So, I mean, I can vouch for that. But yeah, I would imagine this is just like a matter of days. Like, I couldn't imagine it being more than a week or anything because it is such an urgent thing and he knows exactly where he's going.
Yeah. It is weird. But okay, so I mean that's really the episode is them going to investigate this location, which was the beginning of where the First Order created Starkiller Base and seemingly tested it out for the first time. So we are literally at the point where Starkiller Base is fully formed. Poe Dameron's going to Jakku to get the coordinates for Luke Skywalker from Lor Santeca, and Kylo Ren is ready to lead the invasion to that location as well. I would like to know, I wonder if somehow, like, how did Kylo Ren know about Jakku? How did he know that Poe Dameron was going to be there? Is that going to be revealed, do you think?
Hey, you know what? We can keep our fingers crossed that the way he finds out is he captures Kaz and tortures him and then kills him.
Ooh, that would be awesome!
Be a great way to end the show.
Yeah.
Leave him wanting.
That goofy hero paid for his ignorance.
That'd be so great. Maybe that's why his hair was all messed up. He was getting tortured. But also, that wouldn't make any sense. I tortured, I guess.
I would still enjoy watching it. That being said. I was excited because of the implications. The episode itself was okay. Anytime you get Poe and Kaz together, I have a good time because Poe cuts Kaz's stupidity. You know, he's like, okay, well, not everyone is a retard. Clearly, you can see Poe being a real soldier. Kaz is just a 12-year-old pretending to be, you know, he's like a Boy Scout. You know, he's like off for his spy merit badge, which he's just failing at every fucking opportunity. But it's nice to see the transition from Poe lending BB-8 to him to Poe reclaiming BB-8 for this ultimate mission. And
that was so crazy. I think he's getting him back already.
Right. Like it's happening. Like this is the end. This is like, and I was looking at the episodes, and iTunes has this thing of complete the series, like how much it would cost in order to complete the series for you to purchase. And the amount was equal to 3 more episodes. So I'm thinking if like this is iTunes is labeling this as 16, which means it's actually 17 because the first one was a double episode. Yeah. And if there's 3 more, that's 20. That's a round number. That's a season. Yeah. So that means these last 3 episodes are going to be action fucking packed.
Well, they would have to be, like, with how, I mean, okay, admittedly, yes, this wasn't that exciting, but they did set up so much shit. So
yeah, that's what was exciting is that they placed it for us finally, exactly where it was and what it meant that was coming. It was like, going to the red light district and peeking in one of the windows. You knew what was coming. Like, oh, okay, she's there. She's taking her clothes off. I know what's happening next.
Yeah, and just like a visit to the red light district, I mean, it's got to go real fucking fast.
Yep.
maybe they're going to do a whole 24 thing where the last couple episodes are just like a snippet of time. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, like an hour each or something.
I doubt it, but that'd be cool.
That'd be interesting, though. Because we've got... Well, and here's the other thing. Poe on Jakku v. Poe being captured, taken up to Kylo Ren's Star Destroyer, questioned or interrogated, to be fair, and tortured, rescued by Finn. They crash back down to Jakku. Then Finn and Rey escape Jakku, captured with the Millennium Falcon, captured by Han and Chewie, who take them to Maz Kanata's place, and that's Hosnian Prime being destroyed. So
that's
all
true.
of that time is going to be 3 episodes because we know Hosnian Prime is destroyed because we saw the mid-season trailer of Hux doing his Nazi speech, which was literally right before Hosnian Prime was destroyed. So that's a lot of time, right?
Yeah, because that would, like, my guess is that's roughly about a week or so.
Seems like it.
Like, it would have to be at least that, especially traveling through the deserts of Jakku to find the town. Yeah, shit, I didn't even think about that.
So we do have some time. It's just rough because we know what's happening elsewhere in the galaxy during that time.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not another like stupid local, local resident episode for the next 2 before we get the fucking craziness. But it's got to be the last one that's the Hosnian Prime destruction.
Yeah, of course.
Shit, dude. Are we going to have 2 shitty episodes before we get a great one? Like,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
How are they going to fill in this? Ugh.
Yeah, I do hope that from here on out, they tackle more of the galaxy as a whole versus just the fucking way station. Like, we're past that point. We don't need to understand the politics of that station. Like, we've already got it. First Order's already there. They're already fucking roughing people up. Cool. Let's see what else is going on and how this story leads into The Force Awakens.
Right. It's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of sort of concurrent timelines they can do. Rewind Resistance hinted at those twins, the Force-sensitive twins on Colossus now, that Kylo Ren was sent to destroy the planet of, presumably, or he was looking for them is the presumption. But the ruins of the city that Poe and Kaz found had the symbol that was tattooed on one of the twins' wrist. Yeah. So is that the city that was destroyed? I can't remember what it was called for the life of me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Is that the city, or is just another one of the potential locations of Force sensitives? Or
I don't know. It sort of seemed like the implication, because correct me if I'm wrong, but that's like the same doll she was carrying around when we first discover them on the Colossus, right?
I'm not sure. That doll has been around since the Clone Wars. It was featured in Rebels. It's been around, so I wouldn't be surprised if she had one too. Okay,
never mind. Scratch that.
Like, that type of a doll has been around forever. But I mean, who knows? Like, it would be a nice little bow to say, yeah, that's why that area was destroyed, and that's why they were so close that they could escape, and it would just tie everything together neatly.
Well, yeah, it would make sense, because I mean, how the fuck are 2 children gonna escape that and go to the other side of the galaxy? They're gonna hitch a ride to try to get to the closest settlement.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing how these because we know how the final one's going to end, assuming it goes as we expect.
Yeah. I don't think it will.
You don't?
I mean, of course, they're going to add something, the nice little Easter egg to get us convinced, you know what, you can deal with another season of abuse.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, yeah, we know how it's going to end.
Well, and here's the thing, like our favorite episodes featured Poe. And we know that after this episode, we will not see Poe again. Not in this series. Because what happens next is the next two movies. Like,
yeah.
And he is like in the mixed, and presumably through 9. So there's no possible way. The only thing that we would possibly be able to see is some weird tie-in with Alphabet Squadron series that's coming out, because they're the ones that were featured in episode 7 that weren't in episode 8.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that would make sense because that's going to be their next push is the Alphabet Squadron.
So I wonder if we get to see some of them in there with Kaz, or Kaz getting in with them.
Maybe.
Interesting. I would watch a show about dogfighting, like Resistance v First Order. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
And that would be a great next step to this.
Oh, absolutely. We don't need the dumb kid, like it's not even good kid humor. Like it's kids likely cringe at that shit. Like I would know. I have the mentality of a child, and I can't handle it.
Yeah. Him tripping and firing off a round. That was just like, still? Really?
Yeah. Like I thought we were over this.
Like, come on now. How stupid is he? Like, is he just a straight up idiot? In which case, why does anyone trust him?
BB-8.
Yeah.
Like that is, I can understand missing a probe droid.
Up shot BB-8.
Like a probe droid, it's black. There's no star lighting up the sky. I understand missing that, but BB-8's a giant white ball that's beeping at you.
Not to mention just line of sight. Take 3 steps to your left. He's no longer in your way. Like, come on. Use your fucking head, dude. Yeah.
Whatever. It was still a fun episode. I actually really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I didn't mind it at all. I had a good time watching it. I think honestly, again, it is because of what it implied. That was really why I enjoyed it. Plus, anytime you got starfighters, I'm down. That was always fun. Okay, what are you looking forward to in the future? Now that we know there's only a few left.
Yeah, it's just I'm curious as to how they're going to tie it in and how this season ends. Like what the season is going to turn into, I guess I should say. Like what the series rather. Yeah. Like that's because it's actually looking like I might be able to fucking take another season.
Yeah, I am too. Actually, with what this suggests, just this episode, I'm kind of interested to see where they go with it. What I'm really digging is this idea that I heard another channel say, the Colossus itself, and they've hinted at this and shown parts of it throughout the series, that what you see on the surface is a tiny, tiny fraction of what this space station actually is. And that there's a suggestion that Captain Doza, former Commander Doza of the Imperial Army, literally stole a space station and is using it now as the Colossus. And this is just one of many former Imperial space stations that is, for all intents and purposes, completely submerged under the ocean. And that as soon as the First Order really shows themselves in Hosnian Prime destruction, Doza just says, you know what? Fuck it, we're leaving. And reveals this as a straight up proper battle station and just takes off.
That would make a lot of sense and be fucking killer.
I would be very interested in that, because then it gives the Resistance an opportunity to have a base, a home station. Yeah. Because they don't have that right now. They have the Millennium Falcon as left by episode 8, and that's it. So, I mean, this would be a really interesting.
And then that's how they tie this into episode 9.
It's possible.
Oh my God, that'd be so fucking awesome.
Wouldn't? Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of, exciting possibilities. I don't know. They probably won't, but it's exciting to think about. All right. Well,
not until it's there.
We're gonna have to stop this thing. I feel like we've been talking for an hour.
It's only been like 30 minutes. It's fine.
For our 10-minute review.
It's longer than a fucking episode. It's cool.
It's true. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Let us know what you think of the episode or what you think about, what we think about it. Do you agree, disagree? Are we off track? Are we, somewhere close to what you were thinking? We'd love to hear from you. Let us know. And until we can do another one of these bad boys, or we got a show here coming up on Sunday, may the force be with you.
Fucking wizard, kid.
Princess Mimi.